All right, good morning, trader. Thanks so much for tuning in to the morning brief. My name is Corey. Crazy day in the markets yesterday. I was one of the unfortunate few that got caught short in the morning yesterday on the false breakout at the beginning of the session. So that was pretty irritating. Let's take a look at the S&P futures here, though. Okay, sorry my charts are a little bit messing. I'm trying to make it as trying to make it look good on both TikTok and YouTube since I stream live on both simultaneously. So, anyways, thanks for putting up with me. All right, so yesterday's session. This is the regular trading hours here in the orange and red profile. So you can see that it was really choppy early on, pretty low volume. And then we tested below. Let's see. It looks like we took out the overnight low, and I really thought we were gonna trade through. What was that? I guess that would be Fridays. See, this would be. Yeah, I really thought we were gonna trade all the way through the prior day's range here. Like I said, we took out the overnight low. Normally, when you trade back inside the prior day's value area, you have like an 80% chance of going through it. But the long time frame buyer came in and just aggressively bought this thing up, which, like I said, I got caught short here, got trapped, which really pissed me off because, yeah, like I said, I really thought this thing was going to dump. We're like over 2 standard deviations above VWAP. Then it puts in something called a short covering rally, which is like a P-shaped volume profile where you get a sell-off and then it trades all the way back up into that range. Um, oh, I mean, I studied. Yeah, I've taken Econ 201 and I've taken micro and macro. But yeah, I haven't taken any like high level econ classes yet. But no, I'm gonna be a business and finance major. So, anyway, so we put in that short covering rally, P-shaped volume profile that takes out all the sellers. So because the market dumped and then traded right back up to the open, those people that sold early on or are unlikely to do so again because they probably just got trapped like I did. So therefore, that actually strengthens the market because it takes out potential sellers. So, anyways, as the day progressed on, we put in this massive spike. We tested the top of the let's see, tested the overnight high right here. We put in a weak high, retraced to the high volume node here, and then pushed up with a huge amount of strength, breaking the previous all-time high and putting in a new one. So let's look at where we are in the grand scheme of things here. All right, so this is the previous all-time high right here, and you can see we broke above that, and the new one that was created during the overnight session is at 39.65. So you can see how close we are to 4,000, guys. I mean, we could hit 4,000 today. Um, yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely a possibility. Yesterday's range was, I think it was 47 points, and we're within 40 points of 4,000 right now, or within that much, anyways. Uh, and let's see if we look at NQ. NQ also took out the uh, previous pivot high right here. So that was our major resistance level, and that was taken out during the overnight session. So overall, I would say the bulls are back, and this thing is looking strong. Hold on, I want to try something. I haven't even tested this thing yet. Yeah. I'm an idiot. You couldn't see on TikTok, but here I'll show you so I can just so you guys can see what it looks like. I programmed these little buttons on my stream deck, so if the day's gonna be bullish, I can just press it, or if the day's gonna be bearish. some Dumbass Jim Cramer type stuff. I cracked myself up. Anyways, so yeah, as far as my bias goes today, I am looking for longs. So you can see that we're kind of flagging up here at the top of yesterday's regular trading hours. The profile is pretty balanced. So I'm looking for the point of control here in the overnight session to be kind of our springboard, our base, our line in the sand. That you know that today can build upon. So right now we're really close. We're like just inside yesterday's range, but I think by the time the open comes around, we'll probably be opening up. We'll probably be gapping up just a hair. So what I'll probably look for is just for us to, if it's a gap, probably just fill this gap really fast and then continue higher. But this volume right here, I'm looking for this level to hold and for us to continue higher and test 4,000. So that's my bias today. My bias is long. Looking for this level to hold and for us to test 4K. If for some reason, and I don't see it happening, but if for some crazy reason, because I like to think of what I'll do if the unexpected happens, which is a helpful strategy when doing your homework stuff. If for some reason the sellers come in and just drive this thing down really hard at the open, I would be looking for um, probably a bounce at the POC. But if that happens, all these buyers would get trapped. Everybody that bought in the spike, they would potentially have to liquidate, and it could flush down really strong. I really don't see that happening. I mean, I'm my bias is like 95% long, 5% short, you know. But I always like to think of what I do if the unexpected happens. So, all right, guys. So let's take a look at some equities here. If anybody has requests, I am all ears. So let me know what you're trading, and let's check it out as a group, and hopefully we can all learn something. Bear with me. Anybody know what Bitcoin's doing today? I haven't taken a look at it. Get my Epic Pen up and running here. Oh, also I forgot. So as far as the economic calendar goes today, we've got the. Is this current? No, this isn't my current calendar. Hang on. Hang on. I accidentally had last week's calendar on here. I was like, it's not the EIA. Okay, here we go. So today we had core retail sales. It was actually lower than expected, I believe. Damn. Yeah, that's a lot. We'll check. We'll pull up the Bitcoin chart here in a second. We'll take a look at it because that's yeah, it's not good to have that false breakout above 57,000 like that. Yeah, core retail sales did report today. I think it was like -3%. Okay, so core retail sales. So that's all the retail sales minus automobiles. Like it doesn't include automobiles. So for the month of February was down almost 3%, and we only had negative 0.1% forecast. So that's a lot. I mean, you can see how good retail was in January, obviously because the stimulus was pretty high, and in February it got hit pretty hard. So retail, like I said, which is 70% of our economy, did not perform very well in February. And then the regular retail sales, that does include cars, that was down a full 3%. So yeah, that's not good. So that's gonna be bearish for the U.S. dollar. But that's all we have on the calendar for today. And then for earnings, I don't think we have any major earnings today either. So tomorrow we have Pinduoduo. Okay, so let's check out BTC here. And let me make this wider. good enough. Okay. Currencies. Get my pen. All right. So this is the Coinbase. This data is coming from Coinbase. Yeah, it says Bitcoin's trading around 53, excuse me, 55,300 about. All right, so this is a 5-minute chart. Let's switch to an hourly. And oops, sorry. So used to NinjaTrader. Different buttons to zoom in and out. All right, so you can see this very bearish maneuver here. So the market had been trending upward. Let me draw a trend line like that. I don't like the way that fits. That's one thing I don't like that I prefer about features is that the chart patterns tend to be a lot more they're smoother, I guess. Anyways, so we have this breakout up here around 57, 58, I guess 58,000 on this particular chart. And then we had this support level, so we were ranging up here between 55 and 58k, and then we had this false breakout. So the longs came up, and then somebody determined that prices up here were unfair for the buyer, and then it just really caved in on itself hard, trapping out all of these longs. So again, like the I mean, this is kind of similar to what happened yesterday to the shorts, just in a reverse. The buyers came up, we just couldn't find enough buyers up here, and then we reversed hard. So the people that bought here or up here, they're unlikely to do so again because they just got trapped and lost money. So this is gonna definitely weaken the market. So with that, my immediate bias on Bitcoin is going to be short. I have this trend line and a steeper one. I really don't like the way these trend lines are fitting here. That's the closest one I can really find. Whoops, don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Anyways, so my immediate bias is short here. As far as targets and stuff goes, I would probably be looking for us to, I mean, maybe retest 46. I really don't know. Let's check a 4-hour. Okay. So this is a 4-hour chart. Damn. That is no bueno. Okay, so possible bounce points, definitely right here at 51. That should be a pretty good spot. If 51 doesn't hold, then I would say down here around 44, 46 area, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna take a lot for us to really break down this low to take out, to get below 40. I don't see this falling below 43, just to put it that way. But we've made up a lot of ground here, guys. So yeah, it's healthy for this thing to cool off a little bit. So I would just buy the dip. You know, when it pulls back, you know, the more that it pulls back, the lower you get to add your position to. You know, the lower price that you could get your add to your position at. Horrible grammar, Jesus Christ. Anyways, so yeah, I think this would be a great dip buy. All right. Anybody got equities they would like checked? Oh, damn. I called out Zenerba Pharmaceuticals on the weekend wrap weekend before last, and yeah, it's killing it right now. I called it out at $4.17, and it's trading up above $6 now. Damn, I wish I would have taken that. Actually, I want to look at my other on the weekend wrap this last weekend. I called out Home Depot. This thing looks great. So, um, the reason I called it out is because we put in this V bottom down here. So, much like Bitcoin, this is a false breakout. And I was expecting us to trade all the way back up to this trend line, or for us to push up, pull back, and then continue up higher and then break that trend line. But it looks like they're just straight up going for it. Again, this is Home Depot, ticker symbol HD. Yeah, I'll check. I'll pull up A and CN right after this. So on Home Depot here, I'd be looking for either for us to do a little juke here at the trend line and then continue up higher, or potentially pull back from there. It might need to do a full retrace. I don't know at that point, and then continue higher. Um, we'll see. It also could pull back to this gap level right here and then continue higher. But long story short, I am looking for a long with a break of this trend line. This would be a great, you know, midterm swing trade, something like that. All right, ANCN. Okay, Unkiano Therapeutics. This is interesting. So you can see this thing trades really thin, not a lot of volume here. Let's change to an hourly. And we had this crazy spike, had to have been on news, up to $10. And then we've got a trend line pushing up from here. Okay, so currently in pre-market we're trading at 5 and a nickel. It did spike up here to $6.94. What was that on March 5th? And we gapped up pretty strong this morning, looks like. Yeah. So it closed yesterday at 448, opening up at 505 this morning, right at this this pivot. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. This pivot right here. So I would be looking for. There's our invisible spike from our gap. I'd be looking for this pivot to get taken out, and then for us to test this first resistance at 580. And next target would probably be $7 after that. And if it gets up to 7, I mean, I might need to pull back, bounce, and then go. Yeah, I think this looks like a good long. I always like trading with gaps. It's my favorite thing to trade around. I do not own any crypto right now. I just trade futures. So I trade the Bitcoin futures contract if the tick size wasn't like $25 per tick, which is enormous. Um, so that's like twice the size of the S&P contract that I trade. But anyways, no, I think this looks good. ANCN, Onkiano Therapeutics. I think it looks good. So the only thing I would say is we'll want to just, the volume's really thin on this thing, and then it just gets these huge spikes. You can see the volume spike here, and then other than that, it's just flat, nothing. So you're gonna get a lot of just choppy sideways movement, and then these massive impulses. Yeah, thanks wondering. I appreciate the comments, by the way, but that means a lot to me. How big is my portfolio? I mean, I don't have a portfolio because I'm basically like a scalper. I don't hold overnight. My trades last anywhere from 60 seconds to an hour. Uh, but yeah, futures contracts, because they have so much leverage. I don't hold them overnight because it's just way too risky. So yeah, that's not my thing. All right, XPEV looks phenomenal. To be honest, this is one of the best setups I've seen in a while. Um, we have a very nice looking bull flag right here, and then you can see that we gapped up really, really strong. That is where we're opening in pre-market right here. So I would be looking for us to take out this resistance up here at 3630 something, around 3632 maybe. Um, it might just, you know, cram its way up there right off the bat. It may need to come back and test this support level at the top of the range and then continue higher first. I don't know which is going to happen, but I would say, yeah, this has got long written all over it. Really, really nice setup. I'm going to zoom out just a smidge just so I can. How much do I spend in a single trade? So, to give you an idea of how big the contracts I trade are, the E minis, the notional value on those is $140,000 for one contract. And sometimes I'll trade two if I'm feeling really ballsy, but to be honest, you don't need to. One is enough. Um, this is still XPEV here, guys. Note that we do have an unfilled gap down here between $31 and $32. So at some point, the market may want to come back down here and repair this poor structure. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I just wanted to check to see what other resistance levels we would have that we might run into here. And there's nothing really substantial. A nice target. I mean, if we can get above this 36, the pivot high at 36.45, this would be a great target up here at 38.91. But to be honest, this is you could hold this thing a really long time. It's a perfect V bottom, and there's so much more that I mean, this is the high as far as I can see it up here at $60. Um, so nope, it's still going up here. It goes up to 74. Yeah, this is textbook setup, guys. And you could hold it a really really long time. I have no idea what the hell TradingView just did. Anyways, guys, we got 5 minutes till the open here. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for my day. I use NinjaTrader. I also use Jigsaw just for the dome, basically though. Um, this is NinjaTrader right here. So and yeah, absolutely. I'm mostly self-taught. I was a member at Convergent Trading for a couple months. That's Futures Trader 71's group. He's maybe the best volume profile guy on YouTube, in my opinion. Um, but to be honest, the number one thing that has helped me out in my trading is reading Mind Over Markets. I am a huge student of Jim Dalton. He is my personal hero, and Mind Over Markets completely changed the way that I think about the markets and approach things, and yeah, that book really changed the way that I trade for the better. In fact, I have one of the guys I'm mentoring. He sent me a message. I think it was like mid-February. He's like, "Dude, since you started teaching me this stuff," he's like, "it's only mid-February. I've already matched my whole ROI for 2020 in a month and a half." So basically he made the entire amount of money that he made in 2020, he matched that in a month and a half in 2021 after starting to learn about Jim Dalton's theories and that kind of stuff. So, anyways, that's where I learned. But other than that, no, I haven't really had any mentoring. Nothing one on one at all. But all right, guys, 3 minutes to the open. I really got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be here tomorrow. Again, my bias is long, looking for this overnight POC to hold and for us to test 4,000. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.